adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Pollard.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
The Volunteers are in the hurry-up. Just feeds the running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. From the gun, wants to pass. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Fortunately able to get the ball back, but they are going to be backed up to start this drive. And the Volunteers decide to punt it away. A quick 3 and out, and they're already giving up the ball. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Florida's offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right.
Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there and make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, and they got to do a good job with their eyes, finding the football, and they've got to get a lot of bodies to this guy because he is fast.
They'll throw it on first down. Finds his tight end. And that had all the makings of it. Hard meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. If you want to shut this crowd up early, you don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
He finds his man. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in 3rd and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the first down, now set up first and goal.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida. They thought maybe they could contain him. They thought wrong.
They did, and don't call him a quarterback anymore. Just call these guys skilled. Fast, you can tell the angles just get chewed up. You think you got a chance to catch him. Tell you what, put that in your back pocket. Understand, that guy can fly. I better make sure I take the proper angles when I'm chasing him.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
That first down was rather unproductive. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 16. Give to the back. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for you.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Vols will try to pin them back with the punt. It doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love this slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
To the ground with the back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, first down. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Got a man, it's Wall. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll go back to the ground. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Off the play fake. Fires to the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Right down the boulevard, it's good. Wait a second, there's a flag on the field. Let's check that one out. You must protect the kicker when he's in a defenseless position like that. That penalty is going to give the offense a first down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. With the run on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small game, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gator! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've stumbled a little bit out of the gate here, Jesse, finding themselves down by 2 scores.
Yeah, and their defense needs to help them out and get off the field, get them some more possessions. This offense didn't spend a lot of time on the field in the 1st quarter. David, I think they got to run the ball here and try to establish some rhythm.
They got to establish something. And you're right, you'll wear your defense out. Continue. You keep getting the football back to them, to the other offense, you're wearing your defense out, and you'll have no shot to get back in this game.
At the 35, he's open. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. From the gun, the ground game. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. And the Vols come to the line in the hurry-up. Off play action. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And that's now their 3rd sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front 7. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. The Volunteers will punt it away on 4th down. Here's the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. The offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
Well, obviously, at this point in the 1st half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Fires on the move. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, the defense just needs something positive to happen. They're trailing in this game. A turnover would be massive for momentum right now. And a nice effort defensively, getting a hand on the ball, knocking it down.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down. And the Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. The lead's not insurmountable, just down 14-0. But, David, you don't score here, and it could get a little tricky fast.
If you don't score here, if you don't possess the football and put something together to give your defense a little bit of a blow, it's not the ideal start. But it ain't like this game's late in the football game. Create some momentum here in the second quarter.
Yeah, momentum's a real thing in college football. This team needs the juju to get going. That first quarter is one they'd love to forget. So find your best playmakers now. Get them isolated. Get them the football and let them go to work.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Got a man in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
That's a pretty impressive throw, man. That's given me Peyton Manning to Peerless Price memories back when I was watching them, playing against them in college. That was a thing of beauty right there. There's a nice chemistry that this quarterback has with his group of wide receivers, and you see that in the timing of these throws.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. From the gun, running back on the move. Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Volunteers want to crank the tempo.
How about the left side of the line, getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make a big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. I mean, they showed no indication that they could stop.
I like to go back to it and hurry up. Get to the line of scrimmage quick, run it again.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to...
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. He's looking downfield to throw. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Vols line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Never had a chance. What coverage to get down there and knock him down inside the 10. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football, and they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. They're working that left side. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Getting some heat. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Dialing up a second down pass play. Throws to the wideout. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They'll immediately call timeout. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He wants to take the top off. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. And the Vols will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Faced with a third and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Buys a little extra time. He made the catch, and let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. He's going to pass, trying to get to him. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job being the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. On second down, looking to throw. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
It is hard to continue to get up and get up and get up like he has, being sacked time after time again. But this QB, this offense, they're undeterred. They continue to put drives together, and most importantly, they're winning the football game.
Whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? The Gators will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-what.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
The Volunteers in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown ball.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Ready to try the point after. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Wake Forest is getting blitzed right now at home in front of that loyal fan base. Loyal, but my goodness, that's being tested today. They're trailing by 35 to Miami. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms and all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it, and the momentum has swung to the other side.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack. And the Gators will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball.
And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Volunteers!
This guy is so dangerous because of his speed. He can take the top off the defense, and he did it right there on the post. Great arm talent, getting the throw out in front of him. It didn't matter how many DBs they had deep on that one. I don't think they could have stopped.
And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds, and just on to the next down.
Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll throw on 3rd and short. Gets it out fast. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Didn't get enough to move the sticks, but enough to leave them with the decision.
And the defense did a great job understanding the sticks, rallying to the football, getting them on the ground. And you're right, Reese, 4th and short, that means decision time, or for us, green light. Go for it.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
And 4th and inches for me is a green light anywhere on the field. I'm going to run the football. I'm going to be physical. I'm going to go to my play. I know I can get it. I like the play call on 4th and inches to go for it.
They've got the screen set up. Turns it on in midfield. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit them for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. The Gators are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Wall. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Wants to fire on second down. And the quarterback is snowed under.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit, they were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Gators will call on their punt team. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on second down. Using the quick game. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They'll try to get the first through the air. Pulls it in. It's Wolf. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. From the gun, the running back has it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
I think this quarterback now at this point is looking over to the sideline saying, hey, can we just not throw it anymore? I mean, my guys, they can't block for me. I've got no chance back here. We need to just run the ball from this point out.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And the Volunteers send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They've had to punt the last couple of times they've had it, David. Now trying to put something together.
Well, Reese, you know how much I love punters and kickers. Like, you don't want to see them very often. Those are not guys that we want to see on the field. We want to do something else and be a little bit more productive offensively here.
I think Dave...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And come on now, O-line. got to take care of your quarterback. He takes care of you. He's the one who takes you to meals. He's the one to get you those NIL deals. Everything happens through your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. That is your #1 priority.
This play will be a big indication of whether this drive goes anywhere on 2nd and long from the 11. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. Shows him the stiff arm. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Really nice run. Rips off 6 on the play, but it brings up a 4th and 2. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. They're throwing for it on 4th down. They make the stop, but he knew exactly how much he needed and where he needed to get for that 1st down.
It's the 4th quarter. Every second counts, right? It's a one-possession game. We're chasing the QB. He scrambles around, does such a great job getting positive yards, keeping this drive alive. We need to score badly. We got to keep drives alive like this. Wonderful job.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And here's a fumble way behind the line. The defense grabs it, and they're going the other way. This offense had a really good opportunity here, and they just spit it up with the fumble.
And I'm so impressed with the defense. This has been a long, hard-fought type of game. It's been physical. Guys are tired. But in this 2-minute situation, they're still out there. They're still pulling away at the football, trying to create opportunities for their offense to go win the game. Cannot be more impressed with this defense.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Man, it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Going right down the boulevard.
All field goals are not created equal, guys. Kicks in the 4th quarter to take the lead. They just seem to carry so much more weight. So give that young man credit for getting out there and knocking that thing through the uprights with all the pressure, all the eyeballs on him. He delivered.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and the quarterback was trying to. And the defense brought it to a close. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack at 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Nice job.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to throw on third. Finds his big tight end. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They're going to throw it again. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. The defense coming out to protect the lead, but this offense still has plenty of time, likely their final drive. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
And that right there might be the play that they look back on if they end up winning this game as the key play in the game. In a 2-minute situation trailing, you're just trying to get a completion to get the momentum going, but they come up with a huge explosive play, and that might be the one that wins the game.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. He'll pull it down. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get the 4th quarter and it's a 1-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra 1st downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Touchdown, Florida! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
On the run from inside his own 5. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
And it's good, and he pushes the lead to 3. Can't do it much better than that. Get the kickoff return, take it 98 to the house, and put a touchdown on the board. They're lining up to kick it off full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come.
He's going to let it go. And they can't make the connection going for a big play on 1st down.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. And they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. At that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
Looking to pass on second down. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D quarterback.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. So this offense can capitalize off the desperate fourth down attempt and failure, and they can pad their lead. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Florida.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. It's still third and goal. Give to the running back. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. They say every game counts the same in the standings.